After weeks of stalemate, Ukraine appears to be finally breaking a deadlock on the front lines. It's battling to retake Kherson and says that its forces have reached Russia's first line of defense. Now, this map shows areas around Kherson and Mykolaiv that have come under intense bombardment. Kyiv claims to have taken ground, killing almost 500 Russian soldiers in one day. Now, Moscow says Ukrainian soldiers have taken back 5 settlements in the region. Within Kherson, there have been reports of residents joining the fight. In neighbouring Mykolaiv, which is still under Ukrainian control, authorities are calling on volunteers to join the southern offensive and help liberate Kherson. Meanwhile, a team from the International Atomic Energy Agency has arrived in Kyiv. They'll be heading to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant to assess the damage at the facility and check on safety systems. For more, Shamim Chowdhury joins us live from Lviv. Shamim, the highly anticipated IAEA mission, that's now arrived in Ukraine. What are the team's immediate plans? They've got quite a to-do list.
They do indeed, Dawn. Well, at the moment, they're waiting for clearance so that they can start heading down to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. But we are hearing from the president's, from a senior advisor in the president's office, Mikhail Polodyak, that the Russians are deliberately shelling the route that the inspectors were due to take in order to reach the site. The reason for that, we are being told, is so that they will be forced to enter the site via Crimea, thereby legitimizing the Russian annexation of Crimea. Now, this is something that we are just hearing, but just a little bit more about the inspection itself. We understand that there are 14 inspectors, a couple from Poland and Lithuania, which are sympathizers of Ukraine, Serbia, which is an ally of Russia, and some from neutral countries as well, including Mexico and Albania and Jordan. Now, when they do reach the site, they will have 3 tasks to fulfill. One is to ensure the protection of the personnel, the people who are working in the site. The second task is to ensure nuclear safety, that is radiation leaks, leaking of hydrogen and other safety measures. And finally, they will be there to guarantee the non-proliferation of nuclear materials. Now, we understand that they will be there from Wednesday through till Saturday, after which they will compile a report and then give their recommendations, and that is the remit, the limitations of their powers. Now, the US has been calling for a controlled shutdown of the plant for a while. There has been no talk about whether that's going to happen. There's also been calls about demilitarizing the site and the surrounding areas. And again, there's been no movement on those discussions. So there's nothing to say at this stage whether that's going to happen or not. In terms of the fighting, there has been heavy shelling in and around the site for quite some time now. Most recently, the one and only power line was damaged, causing one of the 2 reactors that are in operation to shut, well, both of them to shut down, in effect. But there is no, despite the IAEA's expedition down to the site, there's nothing to say that once they leave that the fighting will stop. There's no guarantee that it will have any impact on the military operation that is going on in and around the site.
Well, the fighting does indeed continue around the country, Shamim, and the battle for Kherson in particular is intensifying. Tell us why here.
Well, this is a counteroffensive that has been much telegraphed, long anticipated. There are many reasons why this is such an important operation for the Ukrainians. But we know that overnight, 3 Ukrainian units targeted several districts around, in and around the Kherson region. We also note that the Antonevsky Bridge, which is the major bridge linking the city to the rest of the country, has been completely destroyed. And this is a major blow for the Russians because it is their main communications link, really, to the rest of the occupied areas. Now, why is it so important? Kherson was the first city to be taken by the Russians. It is the gateway to Odessa, the port of Odessa. It is a link into Crimea. But really, it is the use of the HIMARS technology that has been provided by the US, highly mobile rocket launch systems, that has been a bit of a game changer for Ukraine in its mission to retake Kherson. President Zelensky, in his latest address, has been quite evasive about the details. He says it's secret, but he does have a message for the Russians, and that is leave Kherson, get out of Kherson, or, in effect, perish.
Shamim, thank you for that. Shamim Chowdhury there in Lviv.